Well, good morning and happy Monday. We will have all of your full forecast details coming up throughout the hour. Emily will join us in a second, but first, I want to talk about what's going on out on the 401. It's early, I know, but there's quite a few issues out there. Through the overnight, a truck that was carrying chickens actually caught fire on the westbound 401 at Mavis. So this is down to just one lane. So you can see that red line through there traveling west. You just want to avoid the 401 right now traveling westbound through Mavis. As quite an unusual problem this morning, Emily, but it is creating delays. We are looking at a few issues right now on the 401. I know it's early. First, I'm going to take you out to Whitby, where just watch out for a few of those issues on the 401. And now the rain throughout the day. Emily. This morning, we've been off to a pretty bad start. We're looking at quite a few issues on the 401. But again, I want to remind you, avoid the 401 in Whitby. We are seeing huge delays, Emily. Glad you're checking in with us this morning. Emily will have your full forecast details in just about a minute, but I want to talk about the drive because I know it's Monday and you don't want to get caught in this. Just the usual morning. Not usual at all, though, out on the 401. You do want to avoid these routes. And the update is not a positive one. We are looking at so many issues on the 401 this morning, and we are talking about humongous delays, really, on portion of that. But again, the delays are intense. I'll keep you updated on both of these closures, and coming up throughout the show, Kevin Yard will be joining us in Port Credit. Well, it's a pretty tough morning to be out there on the 401. We are seeing a partial closure of the 401 westbound at Mavis and then also a full closure of the 401 westbound at Brock Street. I'll have the full details just. Oh, yeah, Kevin, you got it. In the west end and the east end as well. I'm going to talk about all of these coming up. But first, we got a nice pace as you're traveling eastbound into the downtown, and the Don Valley Parkway, north and south, still looking good. Stay with us. Emily will be up next with all of your weather details. Well, they're looking a lot better than the traffic conditions, Kevin. We are seeing huge delays this morning. I want to focus in on the 401 as you're traveling through Whitby because morning. But overall, I'll keep you updated on the 401, Emily. It is a tough start to a Monday. Well, we are looking at huge delays out on the 401 westbound at Brock Street and also 401 westbound at Mavis. I will have your full traffic report coming up just after this. We're still looking at these delays out on the 401. Now, the good news is, out in the west end through Whitby, I have heard that it is no longer a full closure of the 401 westbound, but don't kid yourself. Very slow in and out of the downtown. Don't go anywhere. Kevin Yard joins us next from Port Credit. We have seen the 401 westbound reopen at Brock Street. Still huge delays. I'll have more on that coming up. And then also 401 westbound in Mississauga, still seeing one lane closed at Mavis. Your full traffic report is next.
Kevin, do you hear me? Kevin. He's like standing on the dock with his hands in his pockets, just looking around, checking out the scenery. All right, maybe we'll check in with Kevin a little bit later, but first, maybe we'll check in with traffic. No? Are we doing traffic? I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
No, I can't hear anything. I'm here.
Okay, we're going traffic. Kevin doesn't know what's going on. He's shaking his head. All right, here's Rachel.
I'm here. I can hear you. Okay, let's get into this traffic report. There is a lot going on out on the 401. I want to start off by showing you what's happening in Mississauga. So this here is the 401 westbound, and right now we are looking at some pretty heavy delays. Now, Emily, this afternoon, things could get a little wild in terms of the thunderstorms. The conditions, Kevin, we started off the morning really on such a bad foot. Things are slightly getting better in some places, but still out there on the 401 westbound in Mississauga, we are looking at a very slow drive. And Emily, I also want to mention, along with the fog out on the east end, we are seeing some patchy fog as well on the QEW through Burlington. Thanks, Emily. Right here, this is the westbound Gardiner. We're looking at a crash at Kipling. This is going to delay your drive out of the city. We're also still looking at problems of the 401 at Mavis. That's westbound in Mississauga. I will have all of the details in your full traffic report just after this. Thanks for that, Emily. We are still looking at big delays out there on the 401 westbound at Mavis. Through the overnight, a truck carrying chickens caught fire, and they've been doing the cleanup all morning long. Kipling, they have pushed it off to the shoulder. Stay with us. Kevin Yard joins us next. Well, we're still looking at those delays on the 401 westbound at Mavis, and this here is the Gardiner. East and westbound traffic very heavy, and we are looking at problems westbound at Jameson. I will have all of the details coming up just after this break. Yes, that closure cleared up about 45 minutes ago, so that's the good news there. But out in Mississauga, well, things aren't looking too good here. We are still seeing one lane blocked, so unfortunately it's It's not the worst drive, but westbound, you're still stuck in a very slow go here, Ontario, over to Mavis at Jameson. That has now cleared. So overall, Emily, I'm going to say avoid the 401 through Mississauga. It's just been a really slow morning.